What up, what up, what up, peoples? Happy Saturday after Valentine's Day. It's what do you call it? Side chick day?
Side piece appreciation day.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, one of them scalawags on the openings told me that you took her out earlier today.
I took all three out. Least I could do. They knew I was going to be with you tonight, so
was your wife? I hope you didn't do them better than you did your wife yesterday.
Come on now, we gotta take care of the hoes, just like we gotta take care of the pros. That's what it's all about. Don't hate.
Damn shame.
What the hell?
God, see.
I've been assaulted on national television.
As you should. I set
national television.
I set you up for failure.
I done got my ass whooped. And it's only the 15th. That means the rest of Black History Month is going to be a lot of trouble. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is us, the Saturday Night Wrestlemaniacs. You got the Nubian Sumo over here firing up and getting his drink ready. He's still pouring. So apparently,
now I'm just getting my hydrogen water ready.
Oh, okay.
I didn't pop the top on my hydrogen water.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I am People's Choice Don Rodriguez, and we are going to partake in some great conversation this week about wrestling, and some extra stuff. Maybe a little puppeteering may come into play. But before that, this is actually, I guess, a Super Saturday, the first Super Saturday of 2025, because we had AEW having their Australia show, which is going to be airing apparently in a little bit. And we had NXT Vengeance, which has already happened and went live. So Sumo is going to recover.
I don't have to recover.
Hold on. Sam, for real? You coming already? Did we start on time? I think we may have started early.
Yeah, to be honest, we are a little earlier than usual. Yes.
See what happened when we got KG?
He got plenty of time because he ain't bringing my belt, so he got plenty of time on his hands.
What kind of champion is that? Ain't even gonna hook you up.
He ain't no champion. He's jealous.
Tragic. And he's not even here to defend himself. So we're gonna talk about him a lot.
Talk all kind of crap about him.
So go ahead, tell us a little bit about Vengeance Day. Where was it from?
You got me there. Where was it from? Was it Texas? No, it wasn't in Texas.
No, wait a minute. No, it was in DC.
It was in DC. Yeah, it was in DC. Yeah, it was in DC.
It was in your backyard.
And this ain't my backyard.
It's close enough.
I'm just borrowing some space for a while.
You couldn't borrow your space to Vengeance Day?
No.
Why not?
I was tired.
You ain't got no job.
Hey, don't put that in the air. It could be true within the next few months. So don't put that in the air.
My bad. You work part-time.
I don't work part-time. This is part-time.
Mm-hmm. So coming from the nation's capital, NXT Vengeance Day, Nubian Sumo didn't go there, but he at least watched to support all of the multiculturalism of the nation's capital.
Peacock got my money. They be all right.
Yeah, they do. I'm surprised they ain't gone up again.
Oh, they about to.
I believe it. So,
but they got 1 year.
Yeah.
They got 1 year left on that WWE contract. After that, that's it.
There's nothing on Peacock I need to watch.
Deuces, bitch.
That's right. Did Netflix will be like, oh, you dropped your Peacock? $10 more for Netflix.
No, they already hit me for $10 more.
Hey, I remember when they sent me the email. I probably still got it. Thank you for being a opening beginning member of Netflix when they started the streaming, as well as when they were mailing out the stuff. We appreciate you, and we will not be raising the price. You are locked in. You were grandfathered in.
Until
18 price hikes later. Grandfathered Dang.
But Granddad dead now.
Yeah, for real. They had murdered him. Never to return. So Sumo got a chance to watch Vengeance Day. I'll be transparent, missed it. So he's going to tell us match by match exactly, what he thought, and maybe a couple of extra surprises mixed in there.
I'm gonna do my best, ladies and gentlemen. Brain cells are on a limited basis right now. So,
well, shoot, let's get in before that. 800 proof that you're drinking starts to take hold. So, first match I'd like you to tell us about is that strap match between good old Trick Williams and Eddie Thorpe.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
it was a good one. I hadn't seen a strap match in a real long time, and I mean. And I got to give it to Eddie Thorpe, being that he's the former Carl Fredericks who graduated from the Shinohai dojo with New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've been watching him for a long time, and I'm watching him build up and to see where he's gotten within NXT right now to be in a strap match like that with Trick Williams. That I'm really proud of the dude. Mm-hmm. They talked about how he was a fan of Wahoo McDaniels, which was the tie-in to the strap match because that was Wahoo McDaniels' signature match, the strap match. So I mean, it was very good. They beat the hell out of each other. It was a very good match. So yeah, it was and for Trick Williams to get into a match like this, showing his versatility and everything, it was good. It was good.
Who won?
Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe wound up winning the match. Of course, he was going to win the match because it's a strap match, and it was supposed to be his match coming in. So, yeah, but Eddie Thorpe wound up getting the Duke.
In Black History Month?
On Black History Month, yeah.
All right, then.
Well, the government isn't recognizing Native American month anymore, so
that's been lost. We just got the Native American
DEI is done, man. They got rid of everything. Be grateful if you get Juneteenth this year.
I work at retail. Shoot, we don't even get Mayteenth up in this piece.
I'm just saying that they even recognize it because it is a federal holiday.
Allegedly, yeah.
No, it is a federal holiday. They passed it. Because they almost didn't recognize Martin Luther King Day because that was around the time that they started all that. The federal government did not recognize Native American Day, Asian American Day, none of that. LGBT community, Pride Month, all that. They don't recognize none of that.
Well, are we still recognizing Columbus Day because he was European?
Yeah, they still recognize the Columbus Day.
Okay, just checking. You ain't do nothing.
But then again, they might change because they're trying to change the name. The one time they were trying to change the name of it to Indigenous Peoples Day.
So isn't that the same thing as Native American Day?
No, it's a Native American month that the U.S. government recognized. Because we would get email. I would get emails about it. Every month it changes. I get an email. Somebody's month.
Lord,
Women's Heritage Month, or Asian American Month, or Pacific Islanders Heritage Month, or something like that. So they stopped out. They shut all that down.
Well, as long as they don't mess with WrestleMania, we good. Otherwise, we'd be out of
jail. The McMahon family is firmly entrenched in the Trump administration, as you saw the other day with Linda
McMahon.
Linda McMahon
now govern our educational system.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't use all the entrance music when she introduced them.
No, she never really had a good entrance music anyway. Did she have an entrance?
Yes, yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I thought she always just spoke and they came
with the guitar.
Oh, you mean the WrestleMania theme?
Yeah, they used the WrestleMania theme for her. Yeah.
I say she never had her own theme song. Yeah, she always came out. No. She came out. Was that WrestleMania 4 or 5 theme? When they transitioned over to that. But I'm curious. Do you think there's going to be just a random insurgence of WWE books that'll start being in school libraries now?
Who knows?
What a little product placement inside.
The Project 2025 includes the shutdown of the Department of Education anyway. So this all may be for naught.
Yeah, true that. Well, I'm just glad, at least somebody got a plan. God dang. Interesting 4 years to come. But, sad to see that Trick Williams lost. But,
well, you lose what you walk out going on your back, right? You go out on your back.
So you think this was it? He's getting called up?
He about to move. He about to get called up.
Okay.
That's why he's been losing all these matches lately. That's why he's been taken out of the NXT title picture.
They better move up Booker T.
Nah, they ain't gonna move Booker T up.
His entrance without Booker T is not gonna be the same.
Well, yeah, and they proved that. They actually had a show where they did it without Booker T, and Booker T was sitting there. He didn't say a word, and they just let him come in. And yeah, you're right. It was not the same.
Yeah, like at least
not the same.
The only way it could work.
He's gonna really need the crowd to be into it for him.
No, they're gonna have to layer Booker T's vocals on top of the track. That would be the only way you can make it work.
They ain't gonna do that.
It'd be nice.
I wouldn't be surprised if they even gave him a new entrance theme to get rid of it, to get rid of all that.
Yeah, you heard that they already looking to change Ricky Stark's name.
Oh yeah, they were talking about changing Ricky Stark's name. They were talking about changing a few other people's names that are coming in, but we'll have to see.
I don't agree with that. I think they need to keep it as Ricky Stark's.
I hope they don't change none of them names that they already got.
That is his government name, right? Just to make sure.
No, I don't think that's not his government name.
Oh yeah, then they can't. They have to change it then. That would explain why he didn't say his name. You said, "You know who I am." Did the reverse Scott Hall?
Well, yeah, they wanted to get him in for the shock value, even before they made a trademark for his name. So yeah.
So that's some old school WCW right there. You'll probably come back as Lil Wahoo McDaniel or something, something crazy. Haystacks Calhoun Jr. or some shit. Nah,
he'll be the Pebble.
Oh no.
He already trying to act like he the Rock, so he could be the Pebble.
See, why you gotta put the Rock on him?
I'm just saying.
Isn't that LA Knight?
It's him too. It's Ricky Stark too.
So Ricky Stark versus LA Knight would be just like a Rock versus Stone Cold retro show.
No, it'd be more like a Rocky Maivia versus Flex Cabana.
Oh God!
For the rights to the name The Rock.
And then turn it around and drop the name and say, I'm just going to be called Dwayne.
Right.
Just for the stupidity.
You can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay, or you can call me Johnny.
As long as somebody says, I'll be your Huckleberry. That'll be what Cody will say.
Huckleberry.
Amidst all that.
Not Huckleberry, it's Hucklebearer.
He said Huckleberry.
He said Hucklebearer.
Are you sure? I'm going to go back and look at it.
Go back and look at it. It's Hucklebearer.
Well, it's Dusty.
Back in those, Dusty might have said Huckleberry, but
that's what I'm talking. Dusty
Tombstone Tombstone.
No. I'm sorry. That's why I said Cody.
That's where they got it from. Is the movie Tombstone.
Well, Dusty said Huckleberry.
He probably did say Huckleberry, but it's not Huckleberry. It's Hucklebearer.
It's still. I'm just relating it to wrestling, okay? I gotta be so technical.
I'm just making sure that you don't look dumb out here. See, I'm trying to do you a favor.
See what
happens when you try to help Negroes.
That's a good point, Santa. Maybe something we definitely look at.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
What?
I'm talking to Mr. Sam here.
We have
talking to Mr. Sam here. We have had wrestlers on our show. Excuse me.
That's right. Yeah.
If you go back into the archives,
we had two.
We have had wrestlers on this show before that we have interviewed. So
Sam wasn't there.
He need to be there then.
Don't hate the man.
Go back through the archives. I ain't even gonna tell you where it is. That way you can look for yourself and find it.
And KG, you need to take that man his belt. And you said you were sick. Take your butt to bed.
What's been done?
Whoop. See, now
the
we
fact
know
that I got
you are.
my belt? No, that's not been done. That has not been done.
We talk. He
We
said
far
it's
from
been
that
done
being
about
done.
us having wrestlers on the show. See, now he tried. Now he can't go
Don't
to
make
bed.
me call you out, KG.
Yeah.
Don't make me call you out. Don't make me call you out.
That's right. You ain't got nothing to do. You ain't on the show.
Don't do that to yourself.
Go ahead and just get you a sick Uber.
Really? Did you try? What you mean you over it? What you mean you over it?
Don't be over it, Sam. Don't be over it.
Just because I correct. See, what's
Sam,
wrong
we
with
trying to
people
get
getting
you on the show.
corrected? What's
We
wrong
get
with
you
people
on the
getting
show,
corrected?
Sam.
I try to educate on here.
You ain't trying. It's not an education.
I'm trying to educate people on here.
The one person.
The fact that we did have wrestlers
No, we
on
haven't
here.
talked about that.
I'm letting them talk. I'm letting them know that we've had wrestlers on here because he's talking about we haven't had. What's the thought about it?
No.
We didn't have to think about it. We have had wrestlers on here. We're trying to get more wrestlers on here. So, okay, KG, Z, okay. You playing my hand here.
He said you was busy.
You're playing my hand. Okay.
Can he be the Huckleberry?
These two people know my schedule, my work schedule. They know that I work from home. He hit me up last night in the midst of me being busy, too busy to be on my phone, at 11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock at night.
Okay?
11 o'clock.
Most likely, he was going to be bringing me my belt. Okay.
Wait a minute. How you hit you at 11 o'clock at night on Valentine's Day?
But now he's trying to use it as an excuse because I didn't answer him until this afternoon. So he knew I was working, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
He knows I work from home.
From home. Wow.
It was 11 o'clock at night, so he knew I was at home.
Testify. Hallelujah.
So if he would have come to my house and dropped my belt off, wouldn't I have made it to my front door to answer it and receive my baby?
You need to put some respect on his address.
So now I'm still without my belt, and he's
naked champion. He's a naked champion.
Not even bothering to be on the show with everybody, all of you wonderful, lovely, beautiful people on Side Piece Appreciation Day.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. My true advocate is here. What's up, bruh?
You should have been advocating Rod for him to get his belt back.
I need you to go over there wherever KG is hiding and get my belt, advocate. I need you to get my belt. I know you in town, so I need you to go. I need you to go get my shit.
How Rod's in town and he ain't go to Vengeance? What is going on?
Look,
KG, where are you at Vengeance? Which is sick behind.
He better be at Vengeance if he ain't on this show and without my title.
But can we get back to the fact that this man hit you up on Valentine's Day at 11 o'clock? KG, was you in trouble?
Oh, that's right. He did leave. My bad.
KG, was you in trouble? Go ahead and comment in the messages. How was you on Valentine's Day asking the sumo if you could swing by and drop the belt off at 11:59? You supposed to be getting you some steak.
No, that's next month.
How's it next month? We trying to get the steak.
No, you get the steak next month.
For what?
Steak and a blowjob day.
What the hell?
You don't know about that?
No.
Look it up. Come on, man.
I'm dead serious. Never heard of that.
Valentine's Day is for the ladies. Exactly 1 month later, for the men. Steak and a blowjob day.
I've been missing out.
Man, have you?
For real. And I'm not even asking for the steak.
Google it, people. Google it, people. Oh, there you go.
All right, maybe the steak.
Get him. Get him. Where's the unicorn? Get him.
Call 911.
Where's the unicorn?
I've been assaulted on national television. You see that? All the man wanted was just to hold the stick. That's all. It's tragedy out here in these streets. I'm with you, man. How you gonna try to co-sign? Talk about get the unicorn. You see KG over here talk. Man, you better go ahead and get that belt over there. You know what he's trying to do, Sumo? He's trying to stretch it out into Elimination Chamber and hope he win.
Yeah, I know. But I got something for that too.
I don't know.
I got something for that too. We'll talk about that later. Let's get back to let's as Perry likes to say, let's rein this in and get this and start talking about Avengers Day.
Now there's no such thing as reining us in.
I know.
We only got one show last week. We only got one show.
We tried to last week, but
Yeah. So allegedly, we were talking about wrestling until I got assaulted and beat down just because maybe I'm trying to be healthy and you know what I'm saying, just wanted to take some time away from the steak. That's all, you know what I'm saying? Just it could be like some, I'll be cool with a cup of noodles or nigga, please. That's all I'm saying, It's rough out here in these streets.
Hey, she already told you in the comments what was up.
Yeah, I know, right? God dang.
She already told you.
We got to move this show along. This show is detrimental to my health.
That's what I'm saying.
So let's talk about the tag match that involved Fraxium and Josh Bridges and Yoshihiki Inamura. I hope I got that right.
Yeah, you got it pretty good. You did pretty well on that one.
Good. So I'm assuming Fraxium won that one.
Fraxium did win that one. It was a good showing from Josh Briggs and his tag partner. For them to have this is their first time getting a title shot, and especially with them coming out of Pro Wrestling Noah, which is where Josh Briggs' partner came from. Josh Briggs and Tavion Heights went over to new Pro Wrestling Noah on that little excursion that they went to. They brought him back, and they've been the tag team ever since. So they've had a very good showing, very nice showing, and I look forward to seeing them as a tag team again in the near future to see what else they're going to do with them. But Fraxium pulled out another one.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but they better figure it out. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like Axiom. But either way,
like Axiom or Fraxium? You don't like the
I don't like
that
Axiom.
one guy? Oh, you don't like what you got against A-Kid, man?
Man, I don't know. Just give me the Sin Cara vibe, man.
He's better than Sin Cara.
I don't know. He hasn't won me over.
Wait. Let me put a caveat on that. Is he better than the first Sin Cara, or is he worse than the first Sin Cara, or the second?
Talking about the first Sin Cara. The first Sin Cara.
You out your damn mind.
You think he's better than the first Sin Cara?
You think he's better than the first Sin Cara for real?
No, I think it's first Sin Cara is better than him.
Oh yeah, the first Sin Cara is better than him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you got it reversed. No, I'm saying.
Yeah. The first Sin Cara, is way better than him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's the second Sin Cara that
it's like it's basically like the second Doink. Not comparing the two, apples to apples, but in the concept. All right, so here's what I want to know about Women's North American Championship. Our best friend, Miss Stephanie Vacour, going up against the champion, Fallon Henley.
Very good match. Very good match. There was a lot of interference from the outside with JC Jane and what's her name? Something Nix, whatever the other members of Fatal Attraction are. Mm-hmm. But it was a good match altogether. Stephanie showed her stuff. Fallon Henley showed her stuff, and it was a very good match all the way around. I really enjoyed that match, and the fact that Stephanie Vacour is now your brand new North American Women's Champion. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting for events that's going to happen later in the evening.
Yeah. And possibly, down the road, maybe right around September, when a certain former Diva's contract is up from the UK. You may want to sign a page or set a page for that. Julia and her could have an instant classic, I would imagine. But that's a ways away. We do want to touch on this one, though. My boy, he's from the Jabari tribe, Obafemi, went up against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller for the NXT Championship. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, they really played up the tension between those two. Kind of went back and forth. I'm gonna win. No, I'm gonna win. No, we need to help each other. As long as one of us wins, it's all good. You had your time in NXT, and you did this and that, and yeah, you were in NXT, and you did this and that, but I did this in the main roster. It was a lot of back and forth between them leading up to this. And it showed in the match as well, because there's some places they help each other, some places they hurt each other, some places they went against each other. So yeah, it was crazy. But Obafemi being Obafemi with that goofy ass entrance he got.
There you go. He's from the Jabari tribe. That's what they do.
Is that dance to the Jabari tribe?
Did you never see Black Panther?
I never seen M'Baku do no bop like that. No sissy ass bop.
He's not M'Baku. He was,
he's trying to be M'Baku.
The other ones, the other Jabari was in the background. He was doing
No. He's trying to be M'Baku, and he even said it. They had some kind of skit where they was something, on the backstage, whatever. It was behind the scenes. If you were to have a movie based on your life, who would you want playing you? What's the guy that's on Black Panther that plays M'Baku? His words, not mine.
I ain't gonna be mad at him. Hey, that's keeping Winston Duke employed.
He's trying to be Winston Duke. That's the problem. But he don't need to be Winston Duke with that little bop he got coming down the aisle.
Why you gotta hate?
That sissified bop he got.
There ain't no sissified bop.
It is sissified.
Come on, it's over.
It ain't over.
Yeah, it is. Now it's not Penta over, but it could be. Now whoop that trick over, but it could be.
It'll never be whoop that trick over. If
yeah.
anybody's the trick, the M'Baku wannabe is the trick with that busted ass bop he got going on.
So if they get Winston Duke to come and do the bop with him, would you be cool with it then?
No, because now I'm questioning Winston Duke.
Oh, Lord. Come on, man.
And speaking of Duke.
What?
I got to talk, man. I got to bring up this. What is it? LFG?
Yeah.
The show Legends of Future Greats.
Yep, that comes on tomorrow. First episode, I believe, right?
Peacock in the middle of a couple of these matches did did a spotlight on some of the entrants in the show, right? Some of the contestants. One of the guys is a former wrestler, went to Duke University, wrestled for Duke University. I was like, okay. If I do plan, I hadn't planned on watching it, but I said, well, if I do end up watching, at least I got a villain to go after because, I'm a Carolina fan. I can't root for him. But in the commercials, he's the one that's really bringing the smoke because, he's the one that Bully Ray got on.
Is that the one with the missing tooth?
Yeah, the one. That's the one that started talking all the junk, and then Bully Ray started telling him what he needed to do, and he was talking back to Bully Ray and giving Bully Ray attitude. Yeah, that one. So that was the one. And then they've got this one woman who is supposed to be known for her athletic prowess because she did She did a triathlon without any prep time. She's run a marathon. She's run a marathon without any work, without practicing or any prep time. And she's bragging about all these athletic achievements that she's had, just waking up one morning and saying,
I can do this.
I want to do this. And
sounds
just
boring to me. You can't talk.
Right. And then there was another woman that was on there. She's a two-time Olympic gold medalist in boxing.
Okay.
So I was like,
we could work with that.
We could work with that. So my interest is starting to peak now.
Right.
So then there's another guy on there who's talking about, I did this and I've done that and I've been wrestling for a while and I'm also the boyfriend of Maxine Dupree.
What? How they slide him on the show?
So I'm like, okay, so you got a hook in already.
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought he was in the Performance Center already.
I don't know. Some kind of, and his last name is Duke.
Yeah.
Winston Duke, I think his name is.
It can't be Winston Duke. That's the guy from Black Panther.
No, that's not Winston Duke. Well, it is Winston Duke.
Yeah.
It's something else. His last name is Duke, though. I can't remember what his first name is, but his last name is Duke. But the real reason why I now have to watch this damn show is because of the last person they spotlighted.
Okay.
Evander Holyfield's son.
That's what that is.
Show.
Oh, snap. Okay. And that's the one that's, I think he's going to end up in Divas, under a diva, a former diva. I don't want to give away too much for those that don't know
the first episode is coming on. So,
because I saw a quick little blurb of him getting in a promo battle with the guy with the missing tooth.
Okay.
The guy with the missing tooth, though, he showed some range. He cut a babyface promo, and then they asked him a little about himself, and then Booker T challenged him to cut a real promo, and then he cut a pretty good, heel promo, and it was like, well, why the hell did you start with that? Like, well, I just wanted to, let people see who I am. Like, no, show your levels. You start off, with the baby face thing. I don't want to spoil what he said because it makes sense when you watch it, but then you transition into, that heelish hardcore part. But I can see something happen with that. He reminds me of what was his name? Thatcher, Timothy Thatcher. He's not as gritty as Timothy Thatcher, but he's like if you were to put Cameron Grimes or Timothy Thatcher together and be a little taller, then that's what
Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah,
Timothy Thatcher without Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, but no, I think this guy's 6-something. He's taller than that. At least he looked. I didn't see the just by first optic, and the way he was standing versus the top rope. He was considerably over. He's got to be 6-something, so he could work.
Now I gotta watch this show, and then there's another show. Then there's another. The last one today. It wasn't the last one, but it's the last one I remembered is the one that has been a cheerleader since she was 3 years old.
Okay, well,
and
she's been in a couple of those.
She's been in national competitions, and she's cheerleaded in college, and she's a cheerleader for. I think she's for a couple of NFL teams and whatnot. So she's
one thing.
They had her flipping around and bouncing around and whatnot.
That's one thing I can say. If they take the same energy that they did from the machine of the Ultimate Fighter, and they're using that that level of production in reference to how it's done and what we see versus Tough Enough, I think this will be a good show.
And I think that's why I'm interested in it. The fact that the people that I mentioned, plus the fact it does look different from Tough Enough.
Right.
It does look more like Ultimate Fighter and just the snippets that I've seen. So, I guess I'm going to have to check it out.
I'm going to keep it within, my rule of 3, which is, applied to any show, that new show that's coming on. I'll miss a couple. and then I watch 3 episodes back to back. After that 3rd episode, I know if it's worth it or if I'm not going to watch it at all. So that's my plan. So I'm going to creatively miss it tomorrow because I don't want to judge it just by 1 episode, like, and then next thing you know, it's a banger a little bit further in when they really start getting into, their personalities and stuff like that. Because that's going to be the bigger proponent of the show is how you're going to sell me you, not sell me the character that, because we know the person that they're going to debut with is not going to be who we see on the show. All Tough Enough pretty much is somebody different, with the exception of Nydia. Ended up being Nydia. Jackie Gator ended up still being Jackie Gator. And technically The Miz ended up still being The Miz, ironically. But everybody else, they end up, leaving out of that and becoming, a whole different persona. So we'll see. But I'm excited for it. And then also got to figure out that Stephanie McMahon show where she's traveling around. I know I'm quite sure you've seen the images of her on the yacht with the bloodline.
I've seen one that I really didn't pay that much attention to it. I know it's supposed to be on ESPN, I think, right?
Yeah, they're really spreading their wings at ESPN Plus, spreading their wings out, through TKO to get content in many places. So it'll be interesting to see, but be nice if we had the freaking WWE Network, so that way everything would be housed in one spot. But I'm quite sure Netflix will solve that in about 12 months. So sorry, Peacock. Once again, there's nothing I need to watch on Peacock. So last match I want to touch on is the main event. And that is, oh gosh, who was it? Bayley. Who else was in that? Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade.
Well, before we go to that, there was going back to the men's tag team match. There was some interference. Well, not interference, I should say. It was a run-in after the match was over.
Okay.
Now, for those that haven't been watching NXT, at the end of the shows, there have been some interference. I don't know if you know the rainbow screen where it has all the colors that they used to show back in the day at the end of broadcast day. They used to show all the colors on the show.
Oh yeah, when TV went off.
When TV went off. Well, they would show that, and then they would have Vengeance Day across it in a black bar with white font.
Right. And
then they would end the show with these 4 figures in shadow. Now, after Fraxium won the tag team match, there was a run-in by what is it, OTM out the mud, that tag team.
Okay.
And then there was another run-in with Tavion Heights and his tag team partner, Miles, whatever his name is. I can't think of his last name, but they're from the No Quarter Catch crew. And they came out. But then there was 3 other guys in masks that came out and jumped them as well.
Jumped all of them? Everybody was jumping Fraxium?
Jumped all of them, right? Jumped everybody. Okay. So then at the end of the Obafemi, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory match,
right?
They came back with a 4th guy. So there were 4 of them that actually jumped Obafemi, and then they stood in the middle of the ring, Shield-like, because there's been rumors about a new Shield going around, but they stood in the middle of the ring, all black with masks on. Now they were just those pull-up masks, like the Blacavas and whatnot, okay. And they were loose on their face, so they kept having to pull them up and whatnot to cover their face. But one of them definitely was Dion. What's his name? Dion Lennox, who's one of the PC guys. But he has made appearances on NXT. Another guy whose mask didn't come off. All 4 of the masks, the other three, two of them, their masks never came off, and I didn't recognize who they were. One was kind of guy the same height as Dion Lennox, maybe about 6 foot, 5'10", 6 foot, somewhere in there. White guy.
Okay.
But then there was a shorter black guy that was in there. He was probably about 5'8", 5'9". But then the other guy who towered over all of them looked to me like it was your boy Nutshot. What's his name? Baba.
Babatunde?
No, not Baba Tunde. What's his name? The dude that was that guarded the door when they did NXT Underground.
That was Babatunde. That was the first name.
Baba Kato.
Baba Kato. Yeah, Babatunde.
Baba Kato. Him. Yeah. That was that looked to me like the fourth guy. It looked like
they had a big guy.
They had a big guy, right? But it looked to me like this guy was Baba Kato.
Interesting.
So I don't know who, like I said, I don't know who the other two guys were, but these guys it's being said that these four guys are now supposed to be like the new Shield.
Okay. Do you think they're going to embrace that Shield situation with they
could. They're coming out like the Shield did. They introduced themselves as the Shield did the first time the Shield came out.
Yeah.
So they came out with the masks. They came out with all black on. They surrounded the ring and they jumped everybody in the ring and whatnot, and kind of jumped everybody all at once. So yeah, they are Shield like.
Would you agree with that? Because that'd be kind of unprecedented in my opinion, just because of how impactful the Shield was. That's the equivalent of them just now turning back on and saying, okay, you four are going to be the new NWO.
Well, hey, look, everything old is new again.
I know.
Right? And how long has it been since that Shield introduction?
I want to say traditional, but consistent as that unit. 5, almost 6 years.
I'm talking about the introduction. The very first time you saw.
I'm just thinking about the last time that they came out. So that tells you the introduction is ahead of it. And I can't speak on that off the top of my head, but Roman's good for 4 years as champion.
They could do the same thing with them as they did with the
Mox
Shield
been
only
in
NXT.
What, 2 years?
Because it'd be a new set of eyes pretty much on these guys who probably, as far as the new the folks that are looking at it now may remember, some of them may remember the Shield, but then you got a lot of new ones who are like, oh, that's new.
Or would you rather WWE go full embrace on a forbidden door, and they maybe call them Shield, or trying to play the Shield thing up, but they're really going to come out as Bullet Club WWE?
No, they couldn't do that.
I mean, you still got AJ in the mix. I'm thinking it could happen.
Well, they would be able to use Bullet Club because New Japan has that trademark.
Yeah, I know, but again, it's WWE, and they've been reaching across the aisle. That's an area that a big reach. Say, hey, look, we could send John Cena over there.
Yeah, anything could happen with them. I mean,
but like I said, just hypothetical.
If they do with these guys what they did with the Shield, then they would need somebody like that, because the Shield got over because they were working for CM Punk.
Right.
So for them to do that, they would need somebody to give them some type of a rub, to try to get them over, kind of make them mercenaries to try to get over on, or try to get on, or be their heaters for somebody. But who would it be within NXT? Would it necessarily be somebody that comes from the main roster?
It would have to be.
You don't think it'll be? There's not one person you could think of in NXT that could play the role of CM Punk for this squad. I have a name right now for you.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't think of.
And it's a match that we haven't even spoken about yet.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying. It's probably something that should be a no-brainer, but I'm trying to think through the roster for who I've seen that I think could play a good job at the role. Yeah.
Well, we can segue into the next match that you haven't mentioned yet, which is Ethan Page versus Javon Evans.
I forgot about Ethan Page.
Ethan Page showed his ass tonight. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Now, for those that haven't been paying attention to NXT, Ethan Page, since he lost the NXT championship, has gone batshit crazy. You know, he's gone through this thing where he's done the Shawn Michaels talking about he lost his smile, and he was talking about leaving, and he wound up crossing hairs with Javon Evans, who's the young 20-year-old phenom that's in NXT right now. You know, and you know, he's talking about how you too worried about my smile, you need to worry about yours. And kayfabe broke his jaw.
Wow.
Actually broke his jaw, kayfabe, right? So he's going through this thing where, you know, he's trying to get back at Ethan Page. He wants to have a match with Ethan Page, but they won't clear him. You know, Ava finally is like, you know, okay, you can have a match with him, but you got to get cleared. You cannot wrestle him without being cleared. So he winds up getting cleared about 2 days before the last NXT show.
Okay.
And then it made him sign a waiver saying, okay, you want to have this match? Cool. But we don't want no responsibility for anything that goes on with your jaw.
That's right.
No, because they barely passed you. They barely cleared you. So we don't want no crap. You know, so you sign this waiver and you can do whatever you want with it. So they have this match tonight. And instead of him going after the jaw, of course, he goes after his ankle. And he just starts at, but he's Javon Evans being Javon Evans, jumping from the clouds and whatnot, you know, doing all this flippity flop and all that stuff that he's known for and doing everything. He brings out the mouthpiece, which is a thicker mouthpiece that I've ever seen anybody use. So they gimmick this mouthpiece for him to use and whatnot. He wound up trying to do an Oz cutter, which is like one of his finishes, but then he gets hit. And he times it beautifully. Ethan Page hits him in the jaw, knocks the mouthpiece out of his mouth, lands on the ground, picks him up, hits him with what's the Hardy Boys? Twist of Fate. He hit him with a twist of fate, which is his finisher, one of his finishes, and ended the match. Then they show at the end of the match his mouth bleeding again.
Okay.
He'd been bleeding all through the mouth and whatnot to play the broken jaw. And then he just got and so they got the close up of him, of Javon Evans on the mat, facing the camera on the mat with his mouth full of blood, with Ethan Page in the background up against the ropes, like, yeah, I tried to tell you. You didn't want none of this smoke. I tried to tell you. You know, you didn't want none of this. And so he is coming out to be the number one heel in NXT right now. So imagine
if he's the mastermind behind the group.
The mastermind behind this new Shield.
I'm with that. And he could just run roughshod all the way through NXT. I like that.
Because think about it. Other than Ethan Page right now, who do you have? And with Trick Williams getting ready to leave, who do you have in the title picture?
Nobody heavy.
That's why they had to bring Austin Theory and Grayson Waller into a match with Obafemi. Who else do they have?
Yep. Now, who else could they have coming up? That's the next question, because we've also got Miro and Rusev and Aleister Black on their way back. Should they hit main roster after WrestleMania? Or should one go to NXT, one go to main roster?
They'll probably both go to main roster. It's looking like they already got plans for Aleister Black. So, but I don't know what they would do with
him versus Cody.
No. They're talking about making him the new leader of
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Ooh. So that means they going jump Phil. I mean, not Phil. Finn. Jump Finn. They got me thinking about CM Punk. Jump Finn Balor out the group. Carlito and JD would stay. Do you think he would bounce Liv Morgan and force Dominic to make a decision?
No, I think they would keep. I think they would keep everybody and just get rid of Finn.
But what would that do for what's his name?
Now that's one rumor.
Scarlett Bordeaux.
Well, you're talking about Karrion Kross now.
Yeah, because now that's going to be technically almost the same gimmick.
Well, it depends.
The same thing.
It depends because you also have a rumor going around that Uncle Howdy is going to be replaced in the Wyatt Six.
Well, I know he's injured allegedly, but why would you replace Uncle Howdy?
That's what they're talking about doing is replace. That's the rumor that's going around that they're going to replace Uncle Howdy, and that also could be Aleister Black.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't be mad at that either, because that would make them, whoever Aleister Black goes with, they're going to be solidified as hardcore. Because what he did as the figurehead of the House of Black, you just didn't want to mess with them. The only thing I wish that they would have done in AEW is put Pac with the House of Black. Because, he's just a pit bull. And that's really the only vibe I think they were missing, was just a pit bull that you would just sick on somebody. That's the only thing. That was my only gripe. No disrespect to Rhea Ripley's boo, but he's not a pit bull.
Pac being for the House of Black.
Yeah, just have him on in AEW, the House of Black. That way you can have, that pit bull level of promo. Because Brody wasn't cutting a promo like that.
Wouldn't that negate Buddy Matthews?
That's what I'm saying. No disrespect to Buddy Matthews, but he was in the ring. He's a pit bull, but on the mic, it wasn't there. But if Pac was there, and they could have jumped Buddy Matthews out, or he could have stayed. Whatever. I got no issues with Buddy. They could have been a tag team. For all I care, that'd have been a great tag team.
No. You don't be disrespecting Buddy Matthews like that, because see, Buddy Matthews. I don't know if you saw this earlier today. You probably didn't, but there was a picture of Rhea Ripley in the audience in Australia this morning.
Oh yeah, I saw it. But there's nothing wrong with that.
Pac can't bring that. Pac can't do that.
But hey, that's fine. But
now, question is, with her being seen like that, and I know she probably wasn't seen on camera, which we will probably see at about 10:30 tonight.
Hey, Tony Khan,
camera?
She was front row. Why wouldn't Tony?
Look like she was front row.
Why wouldn't Tony pull that picture? Pull that trigger? If he's trying to go all,
what would that do? But what would that do to Rhea?
Nothing.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Last person that ended up on Ring of Honor television or AEW television with a WWE contract got fired.
Was who?
Well, he was a less than, but still.
Thank you. That's what I'm about to say.
He wasn't Rhea Ripley, but still.
But then if that's the case, then I'm sorry, Bailey, you're out too. Because
Bailey was never put on camera though.
But she was photographed a lot. And Naomi.
Yeah. But they never made camera.
Not camera, but
he made camera
because that was Japan.
He made that show.
Yeah.
That wasn't really Japan. That was California. Then again,
no, the first time was in Japan when she went over to Japan.
But the second time was in California.
But the pictures, the heavy pictures, like they were all over those Japanese photos. They were all over that. California was like, okay, well, Bailey's here, she's supporting
backstage is one thing. In the audience.
But remember,
you bought a
WWE
ticket?
show Britt Baker. Remember that? Doing NXT? Britt Baker.
Yeah, come on. That NXT, AEW loved that though. And
Tony Khan did not love that.
Adam Cole was still under contract with WWE.
Yeah, but Tony Khan didn't like that. When they was just starting up.
He said he didn't like that.
Infancy of AEW.
The only reason he didn't like it because he didn't mention AEW.
Britt wasn't that big either, though. So she was still, in the mix.
Yeah,
Nyla Rose was probably the biggest thing that they had at that point, the traction.
That and the fact that they did not mention AEW, that was the big reason he was pissed off. He missed the publicity.
Yeah.
Nobody was able to put Britt Baker and AEW together, even though she was the first. Even though she was the first signing of AEW, they couldn't put that together because AEW wasn't really known like that at that time.
I would pan across. If she's in the front row, I would pan it. Wouldn't stop, but I would just pan it because the internet's going to do what the internet does. They're already there. The photo's already out. So we knew that was going to happen. She knows if you out there in the arena, come on now, you're going to get photographed. But that's your husband. So, Triple H's are going to trip like that.
Yeah, it's a little soft on folks like that nowadays.
Plus, you going to the WrestleMania.
Vince was there. When Vince was there,
it'd
have been a problem. That picture would have been a problem.
Oh, yeah. She'd be out of WrestleMania picture. She'd be dropping that title.
But in this day, in this time,
she'd got a Jade Cargill. Like, next thing you know, she injured. Speaking of Jade Cargill, what do you think about this cop-out of it being Liv and what's her name? Raquel are the ones that took out Jade.
You got to put somebody else on it because it's either Naomi, Bianca, or both.
Why? No, I think it should be one, but why couldn't it be Bianca?
I'm not saying it's not Bianca.
No, I'm just saying.
I know it's Naomi. I know it's Naomi. I'm just saying it wasn't Naomi and Bianca.
Right. I wish it was I'm hoping it was still Bianca. I want, heel-ish Bianca. Because Street Profits going straight heel. Come on now. She aligned with them. They get tag team. She gets women's championship again. That's a good look.
Yeah, it is.
But all right, now talk about this main event.
Being that they both said that they don't want to be in factions or in a faction together or be in a storyline together, I don't know.
Things change. Hey, when you get more money, when you got that belt around your waist, come on now. You can do it for 6 months. Becky and Seth said the same thing. Then it happened. Short-lived, but it happened.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Because if Naomi does it, then she's got to go. But see, the problem is the bloodline's not heel anymore. Well, old bloodline.
Actually, right now, there is no bloodline.
Yeah, so it'll be pointless for her to align with her husband and all that stuff because now they're separated, and that time period is gone, that opportunity. But Bianca could just for going back to it.
But now the solo is back. We don't know what's going to happen. Where that's going to lead, because you got to figure out, is Jacob going to fall in line with Solo, or is he going to go out solo?
Right. Well, he didn't win the match, so that's what that point of contention right there is really going to say it. But I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this. Only thing I understand is that they wasn't going to allow Roman to go into the Elimination Chamber because he would have had to have gotten pinned.
Yeah.
So they protected Roman from getting pinned, and now we just need to figure out what's going to happen. But they're getting close. And see, this is where KG would come in, so we could gush over it. But they're getting close to that, situation that KG talks about, where you got so many top stars that are just right there in title contention. It's a good place to be, but it's also a troublesome place to be because you can't protect Roman forever from catching an L. But you've got so many players mixed in: Cody, CM Punk, Gunther. There's a lot of top stars that are all right there just looking at the title. So they've got a strong roadmap, and if you're bringing in Miro or Rusev and Aleister Black, you got two there. Trick Williams, if he comes up and they get his entrance right. Ricky Starks, who knows, he could be just temporary NXT just to get him in the door and then bring him up. Seth Rollins versus Ricky Starks, I think would be a banger of a match. I mean, they've got some talent, which gives NXT time to cook a little bit more because, this is the most you've talked about NXT in quite some time since you've allegedly said the heck with all that cartoon bullshit and stop watching it.
Well, yeah, NXT 2.0 did turn me off. Yes,
it turned me off too.
But
because I saw the logo, I'm like, what is this? I can't get jiggy with this shit.
But let's get back to this main event.
All right, oh, sorry. So that was Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and who was the last one?
Oh, okay. Well, since you obviously you don't know. Okay, let's go back.
Core Jade, that's what it was.
Let's go back. Okay, so the match initially was supposed to be Julia, champion, defending her belt against Bayley and Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez was okay. So Cora Jade was in a match last Tuesday against Bayley. At the end of the match, Roxanne Perez came out dressed like old school Bayley, like Hugger Bayley.
Right.
Entrance music and all, right? Distracted Bayley. Bayley ends up getting pinned by Cora Jade. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez jumped Bayley. Something happened and Cora Jade ended up doing something that and inadvertently attacked Roxanne Perez. So they had some beef going on there. Ava comes out and says, okay, you just beat Bayley. What else can I do? I got to make this a fatal four-way now.
Right.
So the main event tonight was Julia defending the championship against Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade. And this match, a lot of people said up front that they were. I was reading in some of the Facebook groups, wrestling groups that I'm in, that the main event would have probably been Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, and Obafemi.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the correct move to make them the main event tonight. That match was a banger. That match was a banger. Everybody did their thing. And when I say they did their thing, hey, I'm going to come up with an award now for pay-per-views. I'm going to come up with that thing, that thing was thangin' award.
Okay.
And the first inaugural winner of the That Thing Was Thangin' Award tonight was Roxanne Perez. Came out in all white, so you knew the match was important to her. And then when I say that thing was thangin', boy, I don't know where she got them extra pounds from, but she found them and put them in the right place. Goodness gracious alive.
Bless it.
But yes, sir, that match was a great match. Julia wound up winning the match. At the end of the show, Stephanie Vacour came out. So they had the Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit moment at WrestleMania with the belts.
Yep, WrestleMania 21.
You know, just like WWE does whenever they have an era like that, where somebody came from somebody somewhere else, and they had both of them had the belts, the top two belts, and they brought them out. They did it with them. They did it with who else they do it with? They did it with Daniel Bryan and somebody, if I'm not mistaken. But they did it done it a few times where somebody from a different era, from a different place, they were together in the same place somewhere else, or in the Indies or somewhere, and they knew that they were together at some point. They were connected in some way. And at the end of a show where they both had the belts, or one of them gained the belt, one retained, they had them there at the end holding the belt at the same time. And that's where, Stephanie Vacour coming from CMLL and AAA, Julia coming from Japan, Stardom and Tokyo Joshi Pro and all those companies in Japan, them having a rivalry for a while, back and forth, in different places, knowing each other, them being together and bonding and tag teaming and whatnot, saying, hey, I know we friends and whatnot, but I'm still after that belt, I'm still coming after you, that type thing. So to have them at the end of that show, at the end of the show tonight, together with belts, it was significant. But then, out from the ether comes Jordan Grace.
And now they're playing that up.
So she comes in the ring and she stands in the middle of both of them, and they both hold the belts up, and she's looking at both of them like, who's first?
That's right. And the other one's next.
So they're playing that up. Also, are they going to change her name? Because they're talking about there was something that came out when all those names came out that they got trademarked for. And she said, "Oh, I want to be this name." And I was like, if she takes that name, I'll never call her that. She'll always be Jordan Grace to me.
Yep.
But yeah. So
hopefully they just change the spelling of Jordan.
Well, that's been put out there too, where they take the Y off and add an A.
Take the Y.
Take the Y off, or take one of the ends off, or take one of the ends off, or something, But not to change it, but too much, but to keep it pretty much the same.
I think her power is in her brand, and just changing the name. They're $1 billion. They know how to do it the right way when they want to do it. They also know how to jack it up too. But yeah, I think you have to. I'm okay if they change Ricky Starks, because we're not getting the intro music, obviously. So we'll see what they do with that. But we'll see.
But overall, this was a great show. When I say great, this was an NXT takeover show.
Oh, now I'm really mad that I didn't see it.
This was a show taking you back to NXT takeover.
Was it a hot crowd?
It was a small crowd for the building that they were in. They weren't in the sports and entertainment arena that AEW and Ring of Honor uses. It was somewhere else. It was another name that they used. I don't know where it was or what. Well, I forget what the name they used was, but it was a smaller venue. Small like maybe center stage small.
Okay.
Because the entrance was almost non-existent. The ring was right there. You might have had like maybe average height person with a nice gait, like 20 steps from
Wow.
the entrance, from them coming out, invisible to the ring.
So that means Oberfemi only had 2 bops?
Yeah, he only got the bop like 5 or 6 times as opposed to the 10, 15 times he usually get.
I didn't forget about that. I had to segue into that, Sam. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and check it out. Then if they put takeovers out, that means Mania is gonna be disgusting.
You'll definitely do that. And speaking of Mania,
to
end this show, I'm gonna have to slap some wrists.
Hey, I've already got a beating today, so I don't need to get any more.
I still haven't gotten my belt, as we've talked about during this show. And I'm a little pissed off about that.
Rightfully so. Who you mad
at? I'm not mad at anybody in particular. You know, there's only one person that has my belt.
Is there only one word to describe him?
No, I ain't gonna go there with him. But as I stated, I am gonna have to slap some wrists. There will be consequences for these actions against me. So I am announcing now that I will not be defending my championship until I receive my belt. And that will include Elimination Chamber. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Elimination Chamber will be the last pay-per-view or premium live event before WrestleMania. Am I correct?
Yep, because there's no fast lane that we've heard of. But that could change.
So here is my proposition.
How you gonna make a proposition to KG not on the show? But go ahead.
But no. See, actually, proposition is not the right word. Here is my edict.
Hold on, there you go.
Now,
facts.
There will be picks for the Elimination Chamber. And this is my championship prerogative, as I have done every time I've held the belt. There will be a picks match during Elimination Chamber. But it won't be the regular triple threat that we always do. Oh, no. We're not doing that. This is going to be a 3-way dance.
This fool GMing us.
This is going to be a 3-way dance. This is going to be an elimination match.
What is happening?
It's going to be the big guy KG versus the People's Choice Don Rodriguez and a person of my choice.
How you gonna throw somebody else on the show to do picks?
Because it's champion's prerogative, and I can do that.
I'm gonna have to check bylaws on that. They got to be invited to the show.
Actually, I talked about this with KG a few months ago.
Oh, so y'all been conspiring.
And I've just been waiting for the right time to pull this trigger, and this is the right time. So here's the way it's going down. 3 people, all picks made for Elimination Chamber. Top 2 go to WrestleMania. Ties count. So if there's a tie for second place, both are eliminated, and it becomes 1-on-1 for WrestleMania.
Well, I gotta interject a little bit of a conundrum in there for you, sir, because as the purveyor and head producer of the show, there has been an executive decision that was made in reference to WrestleMania. And for the first time ever, we will have 2 picks. Night 1 will be defended, and whoever's champion will go into night 2 to defend on night 2. So whoever is on night 1 may not make it out of WrestleMania.
Well, that's fine, because that's almost like what I did last WrestleMania. Remember what I did last WrestleMania? I gave y'all a chance to go one-on-one for night 1, and you both decided y'all wanted to tie. So I had to go against the 2 of y'all on night 2, and I still beat you.
There will be no ties at all.
Oh, WrestleMania, fine. But we're not talking about WrestleMania. We're talking about elimination.
I know what you're talking, but leading into WrestleMania, that changes what happens with, whoever wins, and, because if you're not defending.
Then. So in my scenario.
If you're not defending, then, it is what it is, but, there'll still be, the traditional 3 people at WrestleMania.
So that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So that means if there's a tie for second place in my scenario, then those 2 got to go do something to figure out the tiebreaker. But it is the way it is, my way, for Elimination Chamber. We'll talk about WrestleMania when WrestleMania gets here.
We can make Elimination Chamber maybe a little bit more interesting on a different level. Because, I guess fair is fair. I'll be a fair guy,
So again,
you won't defend at Elimination Chamber.
I'm not defending Elimination Chamber. I can't get my belt. I'm not defending the Elimination Chamber.
But whoever wins the picks,
top 2
Elimination Chamber,
top 2 for who win top
hold
2.
On. I'm about to freak. Whoever wins the picks out of Elimination Chamber will have a Money in the Bank situation that, though they will be able to challenge for the championship at any time for any event that is not a PLE. So that means that they can challenge for pick opportunity for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW.
Okay, I can agree. I'll agree to that.
With that, I will also have you in as part of that as well, because fair is fair.
No, I'm going to still make my picks.
No. What I'm saying is, you will still be a part of it, because it'd be unfair to have you not have that ability to earn that opportunity. You're still going to be champion, but if you end up winning, then guess what? If you lose, you could end up challenging at any time for that as well, and be able to become champion, in the same month. So everybody's in for Elimination Chamber, but that is the carrot at the end of the stick.
But my picks will count for that. I'll be on the side pot.
And regardless, everybody's in the pot for Mania Night 1.
Right. Everybody's in the pot for Mania Night 1. Okay, we're not worried about WrestleMania right now. Everybody's in the pot for Night 1 WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
The 3-way dance happens for Elimination Chamber, and I'm the side bet for the Money in the Bank.
Right.
Now, so the first 2 to come out of Elimination Chamber goes to WrestleMania.
Well, I can kind of see
Because
that.
it's still a three-way.
Yeah.
It's still a three-way.
The third person, if they're not a regular on the show, would have to be a regular on the show.
No.
For WrestleMania.
No, because
they would have to pick.
That defeats the purpose of doing what I want to do.
That's what I'm thinking through.
And that's why I'm saying no. If my heater is one of the two that comes out of Elimination Chamber,
then you mean
one
you're
of y'all
saying
is out of WrestleMania.
That somebody isn't picking in WrestleMania at all.
One of you, either you or KG, is not going to be in WrestleMania.
But that would defeat the
no.
I'm not the sidebar on that, because that would defeat the tradition of us doing picks at WrestleMania.
You should have brought my belt to me.
Well, hey, I'm not paying the price for that.
You should have you should have talked to KG and get my belt to me.
We may have to rethink that, or
no, we ain't rethinking nothing.
Restructure it for another PLE.
Champions prerogative. I'm giving you the opportunity to be in WrestleMania. Period.
It's just a matter of, anyway.
I'm giving you the opportunity to be in WrestleMania anyway. You just got to beat my heater.
It can't be. I can't be the executive producer and then be out of WrestleMania.
You can't override my championship authority either. Every time we do something every time we have a champion, they do what they want to do with the belt and how it's defended. I've never questioned it.
Who?
This is what I want.
Mine all the time.
This is what I want to do. No, this is
you talk about Tom. You talk about KG. I defended mine.
Hey,
you can't say anything to the contrary.
You just part of the whole deal, brother. You're in the wrong place, wrong time.
I'll play along. I'll just put in a stipulation.
What you need to be asking
that guarantees me.
The one question you haven't asked is who my heater is.
Who cares? It could be anybody. At the end of the day, they got a fighting chance. Everybody's got a fighting chance.
Yeah, you ain't ready for my heater though.
Unless it's Paul Levesque. Everybody's got a 33 and a third chance. We got some Steiner math going.
There ain't no Steiner math in this.
I'm just going, throwing a caveat so if I lose, I'll just figure out how I'll be in WrestleMania.
If you lose, you still executive producer. You just do it behind the camera.
Oh yeah. My picks will just have double weight. I'll build in a what do you call them? Not a Trojan horse. So I make a pick. If I get that pick right, then it counts as 2 picks. So it just covers me. I'll get in. Or we just cancel WrestleMania picks. That's how those things work.
How you gonna tell me what to do on my championship reign?
I'm the boss.
I'm running this. I'm the champion.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Give me my belt and we won't have all these problems, but it's too late for that now.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I introduce my heater.
Are they there?
Know him. I don't know if he's on here or not because he hasn't chimed in yet. But he is our floating fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from the Straight to Tape broad podcast, my heater, C. Perry II.
See that, Raj? He couldn't even put you in there. Raj said, I'm down. And he didn't even think about you. Tragic. But you're transparent. Like, I think everybody and their mama saw that coming. So ideally, everybody saw it coming. I did.
Who saw it coming? You come on now.
You only got 2 people that you would have picked.
You ain't never mentioned nobody. You ain't never mentioned it.
If you're going to go out there and put it on the limb.
You never mentioned it.
And put I don't have to because I already know the answer to the question. Okay. That's what I said when you said, well, it's still, 1 out of 3. Everybody's got a fighting chance. because I know who you picking.
Okay.
Like it's not nothing special.
Okay.
Like I'm right there. Like okay, so we know you're gonna pick Perry. You could have said that before Rod said I'm down. See, even Sam knew.
No, see, Raj says I'm down because he knew what I was going to do. He's down.
Maybe or maybe he said he was down because he wouldn't mind doing
it. Don't be trying to put walls in between us.
I'm not putting walls in between us. He said I'm
down.
down.
Don't be trying to turn anybody against anybody.
I'm not. He said I'm down. I said,
he said he's down, but down for what? Is he down with what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Is he down with me?
He said it. I'm just showing he said
it. Don't be trying to guess what he's saying then.
I'm not guessing it. He says I'm down.
Yeah, and you're trying to guess his interpretation of I'm down.
He said I'm down
right
after you said I'm gonna pick somebody.
Right.
Then he replied, I'm down.
And he knew what I was going to do. He's down with what I'm doing.
Context clues would say if somebody replies, I'm down after somebody says, I'm going to choose, or I'm going to pick, or I'm going to select.
You see what he's trying to do, folks?
They raise their hand.
I
don't know because I already knew where you was going.
See, that's that CTE.
Perry's going to pick
hit all night.
Perry's not going to pick anything to the contrary.
That's
what you would pick.
That's how.
So
that's that CTE. That's that CTE from him getting hit earlier tonight. Yeah.
Tell me I'm lying. Is Perry going to pick anything to the contrary of what you would pick?
I don't know what Perry's going to pick.
He's going to pick the same thing at the same wavelength that you're going to pick.
How do you feel? How do you feel that?
How many shows have we been doing? And y'all been on the same page? Not too many differences there, ladies and gentlemen.
How many shows have we done and we've been on the same page?
Not a lot until picks happen, and then you pick the same people I'm picking.
Whatever.
Don't act.
You pick.
Now we got proof for that. We got proof
the same
for that.
People I'm picking. Yeah, we got proof of you copying me too.
No, buddy. That is a good point. Neutral person, like Sam. But either way. So I mean, like I said, it's if you want to do it, it's fine. We can do the thing. WrestleMania is still going to be what it's going to be. So if I lose, I'm just telling you now, I'm going to be in WrestleMania picks anyway. Somehow.
They won't count, but you can make your picks.
Yeah, I'll make my picks. I'll just make one pick.
The only reason I'm making picks for the Elimination Chamber is because you put in the Money in the Bank caveat.
Well, yeah, I'm doing you a solid.
You were doing me a solid. You ain't doing me no favors. I'm champ.
Allegedly.
I'm the champ. I'm in WrestleMania.
You ain't got no proof.
I'm in WrestleMania. Y'all trying to get in WrestleMania.
You ain't got no proof.
Oh, I don't need the belt to be a champion, but I still want my baby.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you. It's being sequestered right now. It's held hostage.
Yeah, it was kidnapped from me after somebody won it. I told him not to come get it because it didn't make a difference whether he got it or not.
Hey,
and then
you should have won.
And now he won. Now he
won.
And now he wants to keep it to himself.
Don't be mad.
He pissed off because I proved him right. I proved myself right and called him Sasha Banks, one and done.
You should have won.
Hey, he should have won.
No, you should have won. You talking about
I did win.
You should have won, so he wouldn't have took it.
He didn't have to take it. I told him he didn't have to take it.
What do you mean he didn't have to take it?
I told him there was no reason for him to come get it because he wasn't going to retain it.
He beat you for it. He has to take it.
No, he doesn't. He could have kept it right here. If he'd have kept that belt here, we wouldn't have this discussion.
Oh, so I said, that's between you and him. That's between you and him.
You are fruit of the poisonous tree, sir.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. We'll just skip WrestleMania picks and what comes after Mania? Was that not Vengeance Day? What is it? Armageddon? Is it Armageddon?
And then he want to bring in this Money in the Bank shit. He want to try to get innovative like me. That's just look. He wants to be like me. He wants to be me.
No, you throwing stuff out of nowhere. I'm the one that's charged.
I'm doing nothing any different than I've done in any of my title reigns.
Nope. We didn't have proxies coming in to make picks and do all that.
Just because I want to be innovative and different.
Now you're hating.
Instead of doing the same vanilla shit we do every time, every pick.
So wait a minute. Is that the pot calling the kettle black? First you say Well, you trying to be innovative so we don't do the same thing. I'm being innovative, changing the game up so that way,
right?
And
it's
you're
not saying you're not
thing.
trying to be like me. You're trying to be like me and bring different stuff in that you usually do. You don't do this. You do the triple threat thing. You do the triple threat thing all the time. Every time we do something, you and him is triple threat.
Show.
It's the show. And I'm trying.
What we have had.
As you did when you invited me to this show, you wanted to make it different, and I'm making it different.
We had
you're the ones that try to keep it the same.
We had Midnight Rider in.
Notice something different about him, folks. Notice something different about his screen today, folks.
Don't let him.
Who said something about that first?
No.
Who said something about that?
That ain't got to do with that.
Okay, yeah,
I just changed it so that way we could do this social media thing.
Okay.
I would rather have the background in the back, but
okay.
For that.
Okay.
For that. Either way,
okay.
Either way.
Whatever you say, boss.
Good point.
Whatever you say, boss.
Good point.
Whatever you say, Mercedes.
Put that CEO on my name. How about that?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You and Sasha Banks.
That's right. Hey, she paid for that TBS championship. Did she lose it today?
We'll know. We'll find out in a little bit, won't we?
You ain't watched the show?
Of course not. I got to watch it tonight.
It ain't on. I don't know what the hell is on. It ain't on TBS.
It's about it. If the All-Star game is on, it's not. But once the All-Star game is off, they're going to start the show.
Man, that's going to make it a whole nother midnight show. Anybody got time for that?
They said it's going to start about 10:30.
Now?
It's 10:17 right now. So
10:37. What the heck kind of clock you on?
30. Oh, I saw that.
That's how we know you ain't got it all up in here. You can't even get your damn time right.
I thought that was a 1. I'm looking at all that small.
How 3 look like a 1, Pops?
That's small print. It's small, man. I got glasses on. What the fuck? I can't see.
Yeah, we know. That's probably why you're having all these damn issues now. It's been noted. Your ass. Trying to be innovative.
That's why your ass is trying to copy everything I do because you can't see shit.
I already know that.
You can't see.
I wear my
you can't see the hand in front of your face and whatnot because you always do the same shit over and over again.
See, there you go talking about stuff. He didn't want to mention the one thing, true innovation, because they fighting over a belt that neither one of them put it on. You still owe me money on that.
I don't know you shit.
See that? That's how it is right there.
I ain't tell you to buy that belt.
Mm-hmm. See, I got mine. I got mine forever. Y'all fighting over that.
A belt that he's never shown.
I never shown it.
And means nothing.
Now, it means something to me.
It's about as significant as the one he wears to work.
Hey, significant to me.
Just something to hold his pants up.
You know it. And they some big pants too. Trust or believe. That's all right.
Yeah, the same one's gonna be zipped up on March 14th.
Do I care about that?
I know.
Nobody care about that.
You already got CTE from all them beatings you done took tonight.
Don't worry. Ladies and gentlemen, he's just gonna be mad because come WrestleMania, when I'm doing picks and they count, there you go.
See,
that's all.
Can't even keep his camera on.
Hey, I don't know what the heck going on. I was messing around with something.
Can't even keep his camera on.
There you go.
Yeah, sure. Oh shit, you can't be doing no shit like that. What's wrong with you?
Hey, it's time for you to get off the show. You ain't got no job.
Fuck you mean I ain't got no? Hey, so I told you about putting that shit in the air, motherfucker. What's wrong with you?
Say your line.
Yours